There is new hope on a much more serious note this afternoon in the fight against Alzheimer's disease. We've been following several developments on this front now for a couple of months, but all of this new hope is all part of a trial, a clinical trial that has shown an experimental drug does seem to slow cognitive decline in early onset patients. But of course, there are some concerns about safety.
And so we turn to our senior health correspondent, Monica Robbins, who joins us with today's Wellness Wednesday report.
Ooh, yeah, I did a couple of stories on this particular drug, and many have been waiting to see this trial data published in the New England Journal of Medicine. And it appears the longer the patient takes the drug, the better the benefit. Now, lecanemab is a monoclonal antibody drug targeting abnormal clumps of beta-amyloid plaque on the brain. It's a sticky protein contributing to cognitive decline. All trial participants had early-stage Alzheimer's disease, and preliminary results show lecanemab slowed cognitive and functional decline by 27%. However, the trial also uncovered some safety concerns, including reactions to the IV infusion, brain swelling, and brain bleeding.
The group who received the medication with decline was slower, and that can be interpreted to a better days of keeping your independence. That's how I interpret in my mind. So is it going to be 1 year or 2 years? Takes longer to get to that stage of dementia, a stage of become more dependent. It's small, but I think it's for me, this still means a lot.
Now, everybody is waiting to see what the FDA is going to do next on January 6th, because the manufacturer applied for an accelerated approval pathway. So if this FDA signs off, the Alzheimer's Association wants to make sure the drug would be covered by Medicare and Medicaid. So there are still several hoops this drug has to jump through. But Dr. Tusi believes if everything gets approved and the longer-term trials prove that the drug works, it may hit the market by next fall.
Wow. Okay, that's earlier than I thought. Obviously, like most cases here, you're doing a mathematical equation. Is the risk versus reward, is there enough payoff there? I'm wondering if there were any deaths in this trial, because the symptoms he spoke about are pretty serious.
Yeah, they really are serious, and there were 6 deaths of those getting lecanemab, but there were 7 deaths in the placebo group. Overall, there were 14% of serious adverse reactions in those taking the drug, compared to 11.3% in the placebo. Still, it doesn't matter. We're still talking about brain swelling and brain bleeding, but also many of these patients, remember, these are older folks, so they also have underlying conditions, many of them. Whether or not any of that has anything to do with taking the drug remains to be seen.
Well, that would explain the more deaths in the placebo trial than the actual drug itself. You're talking about a high risk because of their age group anyhow.
Correct, but there's still a lot more we need to know, but it still sounds, even though there are safety concerns, you know, the numbers are almost even when you look at the adverse reactions. So it's still something that we need to wait and see, and the trial will continue. It's going to be a longer-term trial.
So many families looking for something like this just want it to be safe for them too.
Yep.
All right, thanks so much, Monica.
Sure.